Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome back to Easy Country Cooking and Cook and Share. You know, empanadas, I just love them, and usually when I find a food truck or something on the side of the road, I'll stop and grab one. But I decided to make my own, and these empanadas came out absolutely spectacular. These are ground beef empanadas, but you can make many different kinds, but these are the ground beef, and you're simply going to love them. So let me show you how to do this.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is make the dough by adding 2 cups of plain old all-purpose flour to a sifter. Follow this with a tablespoon of white granulated sugar and about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then just go ahead and grab up the old sifter and sift everything into a bowl. After that, grab up a stick or 1/2 cup of butter.
So we're just going to cube this butter up here, guys, and make sure you use, a fairly good quality butter. And of course, this is unsalted butter. Make sure it's really, really cold. It just helps when you're making the dough up.
Then we'll simply take that butter and throw it into the flour mixture. Then use your dough cutter or your hands and mix everything until it becomes kind of granular and well combined. And I don't know, call me nutty or crazy, but there's something really satisfying in doing this. But see that granular, pebbly kind of mixture? That's what you want. Next up, we're going to grab up 1/3 cup of ice cold water. And guys, it's really important you want this ice cold. So what I usually do is put some ice cubes into a measuring cup and leave it sit for a few minutes. We'll just throw this into a measuring cup. Crack in 1 egg. Then a tablespoon of vinegar. Of course, grab up the old whisker or spoon and mix everything together until it's well combined. Of course, you probably guessed it, we're going to take the wet mixture and pour it into the flour or dry mixture. Then grab up a spoon and begin to fold everything together. Then what I usually do once everything is folded together is switch over to my hands because it makes life a lot easier. And just mix and mix and mix and sing a song, whatever you decide to do, until a dough begins to form. And after that, what I do is just kind of take the palm of my hand and push and mix and kind of knead it until it really comes together.
And I have to say here, guys, not that I'm biased, well, maybe I am biased, but this makes about the best empanada dough I've ever had. Believe me, after you make this will be your go-to recipe.
Then what I usually do is form it into a brick shape and place it on a piece of cling wrap. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up and throw it in the fridge for about an hour to chill. Okay, while the dough is chilling, let's make up our empanada mixture by adding a tablespoon of oil to a pan over medium-high heat. Throw in a pound of medium ground beef. Now we'll just kind of fry and break this up until it becomes cooked through and browned. And this should take, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes, something like that. And once again, as I say in every video with ground beef, it becomes, really watery and greasy. You can drain it off. Alrighty then, next up, in with a small chopped onion and the old 3 cloves of garlic that I do in every video. Well, usually, I guess, I always add garlic. And we'll just stir and saute this for about 2 or 3 minutes until that wonderful aroma fills the air. And as always, to saute, I pushed everything to one side of the pan, so I'm going to kind of mix everything together here. But oh my goodness, guys, this is beginning to smell good already. Onion and garlic sauteing is like Sunday morning coming down. You know the song? But anyway, now we're going in with 1.5 cups of mixed frozen veggies. You can use fresh if you want, or whatever vegetables you want. About 1/3 cup, believe it or not, of raisins to add that wonderful sweetness. About half a small chopped bell pepper. And a medium-sized chopped up finely potato. Then we're going to throw in a couple of teaspoons of soy sauce. You can add more if you like. A couple of teaspoons of the old ground black pepper that I love so much. You can toss in a bit of salt too, but I find the soy sauce makes it salty enough. There's enough sodium there, but entirely up to you. Now, of course, take up your spoon and mix everything together. And let's look at those wonderful colors coming together. Doesn't this look good, guys? And I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking, but I could dang near eat this on its own. Oh, this looks so good. And smell? Oh, it smells tremendous. Okie dokie, now we're going in with about 1/2 cup of beef broth. And we'll just slip a lid on this and let it simmer away over medium-low heat until those taters become tender. After about 10 minutes or so, the potatoes are tender and we don't have a lot of liquid left, so it is just about ready. But I think I'm going to add in about 3/4 cup of grated cheese.
Now, the cheese, guys, is totally optional, but, I like it, and you can use just about any kind of cheese. But this is looking and smelling incredibly good.
Of course, once again, mixing, we will go until that cheese integrates or, incorporates really nicely in there.
Okay, guys, now we're all mixed up and stuff. We're just going to set this aside and let it cool completely because we're going to, make empanadas, so we don't want it melting the dough, so it's got to cool off completely.
So to make the empanadas, let's pull that dough out of the refrigerator. It sat for about an hour and is well chilled. Give it the unveiling here, and yes, this is about perfect. Now I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut this into, I'd say 6 sections. So start in the middle and go another one at the edge, something like that, and then another one at the other edge. And then of course we'll come straight down the center, and that's not 6, it's 8. Excuse me, yes, 8. Then we'll grab up one of those pieces and put it into the palm of our hand and just kind of roll it into a ball. Yeah, something like this. This is about perfect. Then we'll just flour up the old cutting board here. Place that ball on and kind of press it down. Then take your rolling pin and just roll it out until it becomes, oh, I don't know, a diameter of about 6-8 inches, something like that. Okay, give it the old toss around like you do with pizza. This actually stops it from shrinking back to its original shape. And we'll just press that out into a perfecto circle. Just remove the edges kind of, and just look at that, guys. Isn't that great? I think so anyway.
Couple of notes here, guys. Don't throw this excess out. You can always use it afterwards. And this little ring thing, I just picked it up from Amazon. It was fairly cheap, but you know, if you don't have this, you can use a bowl or something like that. But this works out perfect.
Then take a brush and an egg wash, which consists of just a beaten egg basically, and we'll just go around the edges of our circle. Then go ahead and grab up a good heaping tablespoon of that empanada mixture and simply place it into the center of the dough. Okay, now we'll grab up each end and fold it towards the center and then just pinch it shut. And you want a really good pinch on here, guys, because you don't want it oozing out when you're baking the empanadas. So what you want is a nice fan shape, something like this. I think this looks pretty good. And there are a million gazillion ways to do this, but what I usually do is just take a fork and go around the edges to make it all look pretty like and crimp it shut. But I think this looks all professional-like. And you know what, guys? I got a bunch of diddly-doodly stuff I'm doing around the house and around the filming studio, so if you want to check that out, head on over to Dave's Network, our sister channel, and see what's going on over there. I'm also thinking about doing another house tour. Let me know what you think. You know, just kind of bloop me a comment down there. But like I say, I think our empanadas are looking pretty darn good. Just look at that. So we're going to go ahead and set these aside on a baking tray lined with some parchment paper. And you notice on some of them I did do a fold over technique on the edges, but you know, that's fine. You can do that if you like. So kind of the last step here before baking is to take that egg wash mixture and just completely coat the outside of those empanadas so they make a beautiful golden brown. Now we are going into a 375 Fahrenheit preheated oven for exactly 33 minutes, guys. After 33 minutes, our empanadas are done, and don't they look beautifully golden brown and cooked through? Oh my goodness, and they smell so good.
Okay, guys, let's cut into this and see what we have. This texture feels so good. Oh my goodness. And just look at this. Incredible ground beef empanadas, and that dough feels so good. The texture, I bet you that filling is going to be absolutely incredible.
It doesn't get any better. I mean, just check this out. Absolutely wonderful street food and comfort food. Simply have to make these. But don't be going away yet, because we got some tasting to do.
Okay, guys, let's grab one up here and give it the old taste test. And like I said, they look spectacular, and I bet they're going to taste really good. The texture of that dough is just absolutely fantastic, guys. And that filling is so good. Those raisins, all the seasoning we have in there, the ground beef, the mixed veggies, just everything. They just blend together so nice. Definitely give these a try. And if you do, leave us a comment and let us know, because I love reading the comments. Give us a like. It does help the channel out. Most of all, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. And again, make these. They are so good. And of course, I'm going to have more.